Hello friends, my name is Dr. Sanjay Prasad Pandey, and today I am going to discuss the problem of Indian speakers in English. You all know that English is a global language and we all speak English, but there are so many people who face problem and are not able to speak English properly. And you'll be surprised to know that only 30% of the population of our country, India, can speak English fluently. The rest 70% face a lot of problem while communicating in English. Have you ever thought that what could be the reason behind it? And another question, why English is so important? First of all, we need to understand why this language is so important. It is important because we speak in our native language, we use our mother tongue. A person from Punjab will be speaking Punjabi, somebody from Uttar Pradesh will be speaking Hindi, somebody from West Bengal will be speaking Bengali, somebody from Odisha will be speaking in Odia. Now the question is, if the person from Odisha goes to Uttar Pradesh and speaks in Odia, you'll find that people in Uttar Pradesh won't be able to understand what he or she is speaking. So, they need a common language. And that is about one country, about India only. What about if you go abroad? You go to Spain, China, or any other country. How will you communicate? There is no guarantee whether he will be able to understand your native language. Maybe you go to South, go to Kerala, Tamil Nadu. In India itself, again people over there, they won't be able to understand what you say. Then how will you communicate? So you need a language which everyone understands, and this global language English becomes important for all of us to know. We all must be able to speak, must be able to communicate in English. So it becomes important. And again you see the works in different languages, if they are translated into English, it becomes easy for the readers across the globe to understand and read it. And if it is not so, then what will happen? How will you transmit your message to anyone? So it becomes important. We all must learn English, and it is important for all of us. But I don't say that you should not have mastery in your mother tongue or in your native language. No, you must be speaking in your mother tongue, but the second language is also important. You must know English. Now the question is, what are the problems faced by the Indian speakers? What kind of problem do we face? In short, I would like to make you understand the major problem is the grammar rules. If you talk about a sentence, what is the definition of sentence? They know everything. But if you talk about the grammatical rules, they face problem. prominently students from the rural areas. They cannot speak. But yes, they know the grammatical rules. On the other hand, if you talk about the convent educated students, they can speak well, but they have problem with the grammatical rules. And then the intonation pattern also, that plays a very, very important role. Whether it is a rising tune or a falling tune, if there is any problem. In the correct articulation of the word, the meaning will be absolutely different. The meaning will change. Take for example, if a student comes and asks me, "Sir, may I go to the washroom?" And if I say yes, it means permission granted. And if I use a rising tune and say yes, what does it mean? I was not able to hear you. Kindly repeat, or I beg your pardon. So the student will ask again, but the permission is not granted. You see, the word remains the same, but the meaning is different. So we must have the knowledge of that. And again, the influence of mother tongue. We speak our native language, and as a result, when we communicate in English, it is influenced by our mother tongue. So what happens? The problem arises and people say that whatever you are speaking or whatever you are communicating, whatever you say, the words that you have been articulating, I am not able to understand. Now the question is, then can we say that the pronunciation is wrong? No. You cannot say that the pronunciation of this particular word is wrong, but yes, of course, you can say that it is not acceptable. It can always be acceptable pronunciation and unacceptable pronunciation, not like wrong pronunciation or incorrect pronunciation. And then what? It is a language of the elite class. Like when you read Shakespearean tragedies, whether you talk about Macbeth, you talk about Othello, you talk about King Lear, the protagonists, they are all from the upper strata of society. In the same way, if you talk about this language, this is the language of the elite class people, and it is beyond the reach of the lower class people, or you can say the people who are residing in the rural areas or in the far-fetched remote areas of your country. If you go to the primary elementary school, there the students are weak in English. Why is it so? Because they learn English as simply a subject, and that is why they don't have mastery in it. And they cannot afford, the labor class people, they cannot afford to send their children to the convent schools or the reputed schools. They cannot afford. That is also another problem. So what is the solution to this problem? I won't let you know that this is the solution of this problem, but you will have to decide, you will have to find out that what could be the solution to this problem. And now I have one assignment for you. You have to complete your assignment and submit it. And the question is, you have to record a video talking to 5 people in your locality. After recording the video, you will have to analyze the conversation and identify the problems faced by the speakers while they were speaking in English. You will have to analyze whether they were making grammatical mistakes, or they were having problem in the accent, they were having problem in their articulation, whether it was acceptable or it was unacceptable. That you have to identify. And after that, you have to record your analysis and you have to submit it to me. So I hope you understood the problems of Indian speakers and will be waiting eagerly for your assignments. So that's all for today. Thank you all. Thank you very much.